Hi guys, are you trying to find a good software to conduct elections for your organization, union, company, or a class which is completely free and fair with a foolproof security system? And you also don't want to spend money on that? There is an answer to your question. The software we are about to explore today is called Belenios Verifiable Online Voting System. It's an open source software, so it's free to use, and I have personally used it and it worked very smoothly without any issues and helped me conduct a fair election for my organization. Let's get into it and see how it works.
To access Belenios Verifiable Online Voting System, you will have to open belenios.org into your browser. After opening it, you will see this interface and we will have to click on our voting platform. It's a hyperlink. We will click on it and we will load this screen. We will go to this URL vote.belenios.org/admin. So here we will have to log in first. We can always use a Google account to log in into this Belenios Verifiable Online Voting platform. We'll select an Google account to simply log into it, and here we can see that we can prepare a new election by clicking here. We can see our prepared elections here, the elections you can administer. We can see them here, and tallied elections and archived elections. I had created a test election before, so it's been shown here in the archive section. We will click on prepare a new election to create a new election. Here we will see that how the credentials and passwords are being authenticated by the voters. So we can use third-party servers, or we can use the servers that are being already provided by the Belenios system. I will go for it because I don't own any server. If you own any server, you can always choose that server. We will click proceed. Here we will type the name of the election, for example presidential elections, and we will describe it here, the purpose of the election. We can type anything here. So we will click on save changes. Every time you make a change in these boxes, you have to click save changes to make sure that your changes have been saved. After that, you will name the public name of the administrator. We will type it here, like I will type a name here, SHWR Salim, and then I will click save changes. After that, we can choose our languages. Available languages are these, and we can choose anyone from them. We can type their initials and we will hit space. Then again, if we want to change our language, we will type those initials here. So after that, we will add our contact information. You can add a phone number or an email. This contact will be added to the email sent to the voters. We will click save changes if you want to change anything. After that, we will click on edit questions, the questions you want to ask during the election or voting. Here we can see this screen and we can add our correct question here, we will see who will be your president. The voter has to choose between 1 and 2. Blank vote is allowed. If you want, that voter is allowed to click on a blank vote. Then you can check this box. Here there is an option that says the voter has to choose between 1 and 2 answers. Here we can, if you want to change it, per se, if you want that the voter have to choose only one answer, then you will type 1 in both boxes. If it's your quiz or any other voting purpose, if you want the users to choose multiple options, then you can increase the number here. Here we will put our answers that we want the voters to choose from. We will type some names here like Mikhail, Rachel, and third guy will be Tony, per se. We can add more answers to it. We can remove the answers from here, remove and insert buttons. Then we can also add more questions if it's a quiz or something else. Then we will select boost type. I will go for the new interface, of course. Then we will click on save changes. Here we can preview our booth. It means that how the voters will see, how will they vote. So we can preview it here. We'll open it in a new tab. We will type the credentials. We'll copy it from here and we'll paste it here and we will hit next. Here we can see the answers: Michael, Rachel or Tony, who will be your president. So this is the interface that voters will see when they will be able to vote. We will click next. Here you can see that your ballot has been encrypted but not cast yet. The vote has not been counted yet. So we will hit next. So we are back to our preparation. We have seen the preview booth. Now we will add some voters. We will register voters from this screen, and number of voters can be up to 2500 max in this system. We will simply type emails here, or we can paste emails from Excel file or something, wherever you have that data. So we will type some emails here. We want them to register as voters. We will click add. These two emails have been added, and we can remove them from these buttons. Go back to preparation of elections. We can click here, go back to election draft. We can import voters from another election if you want. If you had created another election before, you can import the voters from that election. Like before, I had created these test elections, so I can import it from here. So we'll go back to election draft, and then here we see that we got 2 voters registered. You can add up to 2500 voters. Credentials. Now warning, this will freeze the voter list. As soon as you click on this button, this will freeze the voter list. If you have added any wrong email address, that voter won't be able to cast votes. So click this option after checking your voter list very carefully that you have entered all the voters, you have registered all the voters, and their emails are correct. Success. Credentials have been generated and emailed. You should download private credentials and store them securely in case someone loses his or her credentials. We will click on proceed. Here we can click download private credentials to save those credentials. These credentials have also been emailed to the voters that you have registered. These are the credentials. You can copy them, or you can save them, print them, whatever you want to do. Hit back, and here I'll show you how those credentials are being shown. The voter will receive this kind of email, and the credentials will be given like this. And page of election, we can click here to open this election. The election has not been administered yet, so it will not work yet. We will have to complete the election procedure first. Authentication scheme, email imported from server, emails have been sent. So now there is an option to add trustees. If you want to add trustees for real elections, the key must be shared among independent trustees. Click here to set up election key, or by default the election server manages the keys of the election degraded privacy mode. So I don't want to add trustees for now. You can always add trustees by clicking here. Validate creation, we will click create election. We will see the checklist, name is okay or not. You can see it. The questions are okay or not. You can preview your booth anytime. Voters, 2 voters, passwords not applicable, credentials are okay, and contact number is okay. And warning, no trustees was set. This means the server will manage the election key by itself. And warning, validate creation, there is a warning that this action is irreversible. Once you create this election, you won't be able to change voters or anything else, the name of the election or anything. We will click create election. So this election is open and voters can vote now. So here alternatively you can set up automatic dates when the election will start and when the election will close. The format is given below. We will write the year first, then the month, then date, then hours, then minutes in 24 hours format. So we will see now if the election is working or not. We will click on here and we will click page of election link. Here you can see that the election is started and it's accepting the ballot papers. We will click start. Here it will ask the credentials of the voter which had been emailed to you already. The voter will copy his or her credentials and paste them here and will click next. He will then choose his president, whatever option he wants to choose. Then he will click next. It has saved your answer, but the ballot has not been cast yet. So to cast your ballot, you will click next. You will have to authenticate it. So you will provide your email address that has been registered on the election system. Then you will authenticate it. Verification code has been sent, so we'll check. Yes, the code has been received. We will copy this code, the voter will paste his code and will submit. And your ballot is encrypted and nobody can see its contents. I am your email address, voter's email address, and I cast my vote. Your ballot paper for presidential election has been accepted. Your smart ballot tracker is this, and you can check its present in the ballot box anytime during the election. A confirmation email has been sent to you. So here is the confirmation email. Your vote for election has been recorded, and this is the tracker number, and you can access its presence by clicking here and putting this key in that link. Let's see. We will open this link. One ballot has been accepted so far. This is your ballot, I guess, and this is the raw information that it provides, that your vote has been saved successfully. So this is how the voter will vote, and we can close this election anytime. We can see the voter list here, and we can see the voting records. Voting records show that one number of voters have casted his vote and you can see the missing voters. This voter has not casted his or her vote yet. So this is how you create an election. This is how the voters cast the vote. You can close the election and you can see the results of it. Proceed to vote count. Let's see here that number of accepted ballot papers is 1, and the votes given to Miguel is 1, and Rachel 0 and Tony 0. So it's a winner. This is how you create an election on Belenios Verifiable Online Election System. This is a very pretty cool voting system that is very secure, and it's also free, and it supports up to 2500 voters. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and share the video. If you want to ask some queries, you can always check the comment box. Subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon button to receive updates from this channel. Thank you so much.